What's happening, YouTube? Um, this is this is pain, bro. This is pain. Like it was an exciting game. It was an exciting game, but it was pain. It was pain to say the least. Um, so this team, we came and we faced against the Oklahoma City Thunders. We had our kind of low moments at times, but we held our own this time. We we played against the Oklahoma City Thunders. It was at their home game. Um, for one player, I'm gonna definitely shout out a lot is Luke Kennard, aka Nuke Kennard, as other Clippers fans call him, and rightfully so. This man was literally, literally the hero of the game. And honestly, this is low-key my turning point on Luke Kennard too, because if y'all, because I know. In the beginning, I knew Luke was good, but I didn't know he was like basically. I'm not gonna say I didn't know that he could be this good, but he took it on a new level. Like he was like literally, I believe scored 27 points, 28 points. Literally kept us in the game, bro. Like he was a sniper, certified sniper. He was making all the type of shots. Like I know the Jazz game, he played kind of. I know in the second half he was cold, but this game he was literally like the star player tonight. Luke, shout out to Luke, bro. Shout out to Nuke Kennard. And and Tyloo did something a little new with the starting lineup. He started Justice Winslow. Now I know. I expect to see a lot of people gonna slander Justice Winslow from you know what? He bricked two free throws, but if y'all can tone it down on Justice Winslow, it'll be nice if y'all can tone it down on his slander because aside from him missing two clutch free throws, he played pretty he played like a really good role player caliber. Like um one thing like I know a decent amount of Clippers fans do not like Winslow, but I have some soft spot for Winslow because one thing I really like about his game is his hustle and his defense. Like look, I know Winslow offense is just it's not really the best. He cannot really I mean his shooting he did make it a three tonight, but he's more like somewhat of a slasher type of guy, but he doesn't really score too much. But his defense is that's when it gets good because pretty much most part of the game, um, like if y'all were actually watching the game, Shai Alexander was not having his best night. I don't believe he even scored 20 tonight, but shout out to Shai, man. I really wish the Clippers could have kept Shai Alexander, bro, because man, if it were up to me, like if I was a GM during that time, bro, and if Kawhi just simply just was, I like there's a lot of part of me actually that I wish that Kawhi was willing to join the Clippers with Shea because that would be so. Imagine Shea Alexander and Kawhi. That would be so beautiful if Kawhi could have mentored Shea Alexander. But I'm not complaining too much. Although if y'all know me, I don't really like trading youth like talented youth for a star, but it's PG and PG, when he gets back, he's gonna be pretty good with for us. And so I cannot complain too much, but going back on Winslow, he showed a lot of tenacity on defense. Like on the defensive side, he was getting he was locking up. He was getting I believe he got some solid solid blocks. I believe too. He got 9 rebounds. Just to I just want to put it out there because I know a decent amount of people do not like Winslow, but he got 9 rebounds, which is that's a really good sign considering he's like 6'6", which is that's a good size, but not like that you would expect a center to get something like 9 rebounds. And his playmaking is actually pretty solid. Solid. But other than that, I mean, hey, I know. Winslow definitely needs to work on his free throws because he kind of looking like, you know what I'm saying? He looking like Uh, who got things a bad free throw shooter? DeAndre Jordan, or he's kind of looking like Shaq on the free throws. But yeah, but other than that, I think Winslow, he kind of it looks like he's kind of starting to get himself in the rotation because again, he did show signs that he's a pretty good on the defensive side, and he's just on the offensive side he's just not really he's not the type of guy that if you want to get buckets. I mean, Winslow can probably make an open three, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like his free throw is pretty well disappointing, but again, got to consider that he hasn't really played a real NBA game for like a while. He just started getting back in rotation, I believe, like 2-3 games ago. But yeah, that's that. And then Reggie Jackson, like, look, I know, like, this is another like somewhat of a bad night for Reggie Jackson, some type of way, because he like I know when it matters. I know in the playoffs, I know Reggie is like somewhat of a clutch player, but it was like kind of like Reggie's more like his off night type of side because he was getting locked up during the clutch time. He was losing the ball quite often. He was kind of like ISOing a little bit too much actually. He could try to pass it to someone, but I mean I'm not gonna go too hard on the Clippers. I know a lot of people, and including me. I'm disappointed because it was against the Oklahoma City Thunders, and the OKC. See, they lost 73 points. We should not have lost to the OKC Thunders, but there'll always be a night that OKC just has their swagger. It has their mood. Like they were vibing out. Like I mean, they do have solid young talent. I'm not gonna lie to you, but should we win? Oh, definitely. But I guess it's just the Clippers are just going through a little bit of a hiccup. We'll bounce back. Hopefully we'll bounce back. Against the Spurs on Monday. But unfortunately, I don't think I could cover that video because I'm probably busy on that day. But I mean, that's pretty much what I really could kind of cover. I mean, I could talk about Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, Hartenstein. Shout out to Hart though, because Hartenstein is another another player that every team will love because he was bringing out the hustle. He was bringing out the defense. He was another player that was keeping us in the game. He literally he did like multiple exciting dunks that jacked up the energy. Like he's like think of a Montrezl Harrell that went right. That's Isaiah Hartenstein because unlike Trez, Isaiah Hartenstein he has IQ and he can low key kind of somewhat run point guard, but of course it's of course you got to stick to the center position, but Hartenstein he keeping the energy. He's keeping the energy. So man, much love to Hart. And then Batum, I know I kind of talked about him a little bit earlier, but I just want to further elaborate. So Batum, he got back and he was making timely shots. He was making clutch shots. I mean, although Shai Alexander did hit a game-winning shot on my man Nick. He was like, he was literally like feeling it. Like Shai Alexander hit that long shot against the Pelicans, and then Devontae Graham just boom, he just catapulted that bad boy, and then the Pelicans won. But Shai, I'm happy for him. He got to live his moments. But damn, on us, Shai, that was pretty painful, bro. That was pretty painful. But I can't be too mad, honestly, because I mean we didn't play like the worst of the worst. Like we were actually we were actually getting our heads together. We were actually playing pretty good defense until of course clutch time. until clutch time, Shea just hit that shot. And another issue tonight, in my opinion, is um, one thing that I just want to talk how what this my disappointment on the Clippers is. Brandon Boston didn't really see minutes tonight, and I don't think Brandon Boston even played 10 minutes. That's pretty disappointing in my opinion because I felt like if Brandon Boston played like at least like 15, 20 minutes, especially because Paul George is out, and Brandon Boston would have been the perfect guy to give a lot of minutes too because, I mean, sure, you may kind of like, you're going to probably have to take to replace someone, but you could have either like replaced Bledsoe because Brandon, he's a good ball handler, or I bet Bledsoe, he kind of, he was like, like he did make some threes. He made like two back-to-back threes, but other than that, he was like kind of like a blunder as well too. But Brandon would have been, in my opinion, it would have been pretty, like he would have been pretty good at this moment because he could have, because Brandon, we all know what Brandon can do. He's like one of the hardest players to guard, and I can only imagine if Brandon Boston and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander they went at it, it'll be pretty darn good because again, Brandon Boston is so smooth, and that's one of the mistakes that Tyronn Luke did tonight. But again, there'll always be a game that happens. But it's a big disappointment that Brandon Boston didn't play. And I kind of felt if Brandon Boston played, we would have won because, I mean, Brandon Boston does not really have a major weakness other than efficiency because I know Brandon Boston was kind of, like he had that one big game against the Boston Celtics and then he kind of, had a little bit of a slump, but he did play like what, like just only like in the first quarter, maybe early second quarter. Then he kind of subbed him out. Morris, I believe he was out too because I heard the announcer said health and protocol. So I don't know. I mean, I hope Morris is going to be okay, but I think that's pretty much what I could really talk about. But I know for again for the record, Shea, damn man, why did you have to do it against us, bro? Why? Why Shea? I really wish the Clippers could have found a way to keep Shea. That's all I gotta say. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. And again, congratulations. Like good stuff, Shea. I know he wanted to have a game like this because he Shea did hit an incredible shot against the Pelicans and then and it did not go to his favor. But this time, I guess Shea he just. Uh, I know. There's gonna be a lot of people gonna want to talk down on us about how Shea hit a game-winning shot on us, but I mean, again, I don't think there's anything I could really say. But that should wrap it up. So leave a comment down below, leave a like or a dislike if you disagree, and be sure to subscribe. And as y'all know, good night, Clipper Nation.